Inner conversation.
This is Beamin Vibe Session, episode 2. I'm with my brother Marcel. We chilling here today. We're going to talk about some topics. We don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about yet, but we're going to get onto it. But I'm going to ask him some questions and then just see what his opinions on it. So my first question to you is, what values do you feel like a woman has to bring to the table for a relationship to work? And this is just a personal question for you. What do you think that a woman needs to bring to the table to feel like match what you already have going on, for you to actually be intrigued by it? Or do you feel like, does a woman have to bring, is there something that you feel like for the relationship to go further, what do you feel like a woman would have to bring for you to actually take it serious or take the necessary steps to move forward with a woman, from your perspective?
There's multiple things, man. She has to be a woman of integrity. She has to be respectful, loving, nurturing, supportive, and she just has to be a good partner, man, in a lot of ways. Just be on the same frequency as me, spiritually, mentally, physically. We just gotta be. There has to be a vibe there, to where we connect on more than one level, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, so that we can build a strong foundation and build.
I respect that. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like financially wise, let's say if you meet a woman, you make more than a woman, or do you feel like what a woman makes matters, or how do you feel like you would go into a situation as far as, like, say if a woman's like, I want you to pay all the bills, I want you to do this, is that something that you don't mind doing, or you feel like she has to bring more than just wanting stuff to the table in a relationship?
First off, you definitely you want her to bring something to the table because you want her to be invested into the relationship.
I feel the same.
If she has nothing to invest into the relationship, then she's not going to value the relationship. So, whatever your guys' agreement is, as far as financially, as far as what she brings to the table and other aspects, that's an agreement upon you two in that relationship. But you definitely want her to be invested, because when a woman's not invested into the relationship, she's not going to see the same value in it as you do.
I feel the same. And
you guys aren't going to. She's not going to appreciate it the same way. It's easier to sabotage, I guess you could say, but
I feel the same way. I feel like when the times we're in, especially right now, I feel like social media killed a lot of things. I think I've noticed that a lot of people are dating nowadays, not for love, more for financial gain, or what can you do for me? And I feel like that's what's kind of killing a lot of relationships nowadays. I feel like, so social media to me can be a plus and a negative. I feel like it killed a lot of shit. It's a plus making money wise, but I feel like relationship wise, I feel like we're not like in the old times where it's like, say you're having a problem with your partner, you guys might just not talk for a couple of days, you might sleep it off and think about it, versus like now if you're having an issue with your partner, they're like, fuck it, I've got somebody else in my DMs anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that killed a lot of relationships. I've been noticing, like, I've noticed so much, like, especially on social media, like women like, are you paying this? You got money, you got this, you got that. Which is nothing wrong with wanting somebody financial stable. Mm-hmm. I just think when you're looking for just that based off the person versus the personality and other things, you're basically waiting for the relationship to fail. To me, if you're going to a person without really even liking them, to me, you're going off what they can do for you.
Well, social media does ruin relationships in a way, because it makes people think that they have options
that they really don't have.
That they don't really have. So it's a way that if somebody that is not disciplined, they can sabotage that relationship. But for most men, it's like, when they jump in your DMs, it's the fuck. You feel me? It's not really.
That's what I was saying because I feel the
Excuse
same.
my language, but yeah,
it's facts. It's facts.
Like they want to fuck you but not keep you. You know what I mean? And there's a difference there. And
100%.
if you're not aware of that, and you can fall for those those traps. But you gotta use your own discernment and make sure if you are in a relationship that you don't fall into those temptations and you don't sabotage a good thing. Relationships are hard. They take work. You know what I mean? And you definitely want to be smart about your options and what you have available to you, and don't confuse it with
we in them times now, man. It's nasty. Social media is a beast, bro. It's nasty, and I just feel like I've been seeing a lot of especially like online and shit. Like when you might want a football player, rapper, nigga, all these money, but then I realizing like, okay, yeah, you want a rich nigga, but they don't know what comes with that. A lot of rich niggas and stuff y'all be thinking y'all got options, or you thinking that you want to get a rich nigga and stuff, but you don't know what comes with the lifestyle. You might get the finer things in life, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of rich niggas are cheating. They got options in other states and all kinds of shit.
He got options.
He got options, so he got 20 of you. You know what I'm saying? So people be thinking like you want a nigga with a certain amount of money and stuff like they think they got all these options they really don't have, and it's like they'll fuck up a good thing.
But everybody wants what they can't have.
100%. So I think so a lot.
That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
scary though.
Everybody wants what they can't have, and then the thing about it is that for somebody who's let's say you're a rich man, you have your life together. Mm-hmm. He has options, and a lot of times you might want to keep. He's going to pretty much. You're not gonna be able to control him. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing where a lot of women, they be like they're infatuated with him, they love him, mm-hmm. but since he's got so many options, you're not gonna be able to have control over him. And it's the same thing we were talking about with like guys that trick on women.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have all. What if he's a rich trick?
That's different.
And what if he's like he pretty much pays for what he wants, right?
Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you're a rich trick, right, and you do get a woman that a lot of rich tricks probably get the woman they want just by tricking off money. But at the end of the day, if you're that man and you're rich, right, if you lose it all, the woman not gonna know how to deal with you without the money. So it's like it's not genuine. So why would you even want that? That's why I think it's always down. You always want to have a woman that feel like was down with you before you really had a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Because
if you're rich and you already meet a woman,
you don't know if it's like sincere or not.
You're always gonna question her commitment to you.
You were like, are you really fucking? Are you fucking with me for me, or are you fucking for what I got?
And
that's scary.
But what if she's helped you build your empire?
That's different. That hits different. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. It's different. Like I feel like you got a woman that's down with you from the dirt. That's the one you probably should hold on to. Your woman that really loves you and don't really care about what you got, that really rock with you without the money and shit. And that's probably the woman you probably should have. But, I think a lot of men fuck up too because they get rich and then they go find the baddest chick they think they got and they think they're getting them off of them getting them, but they're really getting them off what they got. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to see. And I think that makes it harder when you're rich because you can't really see through that. Like, is she really fucking with me? Or she fucking with what I got. And I think some niggas know that they only fuck them for what they got too. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Like this nigga got money. They're looking for, instead of like, I've noticed that there's a lot of women that are like, instead of working for where they want to get, they're looking for a free meal ticket. Like I can get this bitch thinking my life's changed. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful as a man doing that. Even if a woman, you got to be careful as that too. As a woman, you might, you know what I'm saying? But I think it more happens to men the most, more likely, because it's like, and you gotta protect your assets and shit. Because then if you do get a woman like that, right, and shit go bad, and you marry her and get divorced, you gotta give up some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's scary to like either way it goes. Like even if you're a woman, I don't think a woman, if you got a business and you get married to a nigga, and then you gotta have your business that you done fucking work for before you got with the person. You know what I'm saying? That's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, marriage is It's a bad business deal.
And that's bro. It's a setup, low key. There's a low key setup.
It's a bad business deal, but I mean, I could speak on it because I've been married, but that's essentially what it is. When you're looking at it from a legal perspective, you know what I mean? It's
scary.
Where two people's finances become one. It's the same thing for business when businesses merge together.
So it's basically like a damn near business deal.
It's a business deal. That's all it really is. Legally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, legally.
And even like back in the day when it was like kings and queens and stuff, they would like choose a prince for his daughter. Utilize it like to merge two kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? To become allies. You know what I mean? To strengthen the kingdom. But I mean, legally, yeah, it's a business deal, and this is why when somebody's already rich, they have a prenup. You know what I mean? It's pretty much. It's a contractual agreement between two to where if you didn't help him build that empire or vice versa, if it's the female, he's not completely entitled to what he didn't help build or she didn't help build.
And just me,
you know what I mean? So,
I think even me just as a man, I don't think I could get with a woman. I know she had a business going before me, you know what I'm saying, and we break up. And I don't feel like I wouldn't, even if we didn't have a prenup, I wouldn't feel right taking something with somebody that I didn't help build. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's yours. Keep that.
Well, that's the thing for most men. I mean, like, because men don't really care about women's money. You know what I mean? But
it's scary, bro.
Because it's really in you to provide and protect. You know what I mean? So usually everything is you build your own empire. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, to take something that you ain't helped build or didn't help, you weren't involved in. As a man, if you're a man of integrity, you don't look at yourself as such if you do something, shallow shit like that. So,
I wouldn't even feel right taking somebody's shit like.
And it doesn't even have to be whether you're with somebody. You know what I'm saying? When you do sucker shit, you know what I'm saying? It's never a good outcome for you. But I don't even rock like that. But yeah, I would most definitely say. I think the importance of marriage though. And family, there's nothing more important than marriage and family. It is the core, it is the foundation of every business that you see today. You go look at a Walmart, for example, that's the Walton family. You know what I mean? You look at Fred Meyer's, those are families. Those big businesses that you go into and you invest, you know what I'm saying? You franchise out. Your money into and stuff, those are all businesses and they've built wealth and generational wealth from all from the family, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that the way the system is set up today is that we just don't value families the way that we should. You know
we don't.
And, or marriage the way that we should. It's more mocked, you know what I mean? But if you find that right person, you know what I mean? That's on the same page as you, and you guys got a vision for yourself and your family. It could be a beautiful thing, but
and that's what I feel like relationships should be about. I feel like it should be about building and helping each other, motivating each other. I feel like the times we're in now, people lost that vision of like, okay, I'm being with this person, not only just being with this person, what can we do to help each other? If I'm, I feel like we're at the part where I see a lot online, but people be talking about that, like either, the man pay all the bills or 50-50 and shit like that. And I feel like in a relationship, it's never going to be 50-50, 100%. I feel like somebody's gonna pull. Somebody might give 20. Somebody might give 80 1 week. One person might give. It might flip the other week. I feel like that's a genuine relationship where it's like, when you're not doing good this week. Like, say if I'm married and my girl loses her job, I'm gonna hold it down for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it down and motivate that person to get back on their feet. Don't worry, I got you. You got me. Type of situation.
Well, family's a team, and everybody has roles.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Jordan, he scored the most points on the Bulls, but you think other people didn't contribute?
Yeah, he wouldn't have got where he went without the team.
Even down to the man that's on the bench not playing in practice, he's pushing them guys
to be better.
You know what I mean? So and that's what family is. Family is a team. You know what I mean? And everybody has a role. You know what I'm saying? But when you are in competition with your counterpart, you know what I'm saying, within the relationship,
that could get nasty too.
Yeah. And then if just one person's working at the relationship, it's not gonna like
what you said. We had to talk about that.
Like Chris Rock said, two people can can move a couch easy, but one person can't really move it at all. You know, so
Facts.
it's the same thing in a marriage. You know, it has to be an example for the children. The environment has to be healthy. The household has to be healthy, and it has to be strong. It can't just be one person working at it. You know what I mean? It has to be, you know.
A man definitely got to be in the household too. I feel like it kind of
a
lot of single women,
statistically,
the kids. You know what I'm saying? When the man's not there,
kids do
the
better,
structure ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And the kids do, like you said the kids do a lot better when the man's in the household. 'Cause I feel like the structure is better than like you know what I'm saying. Women can't fully like even like a woman raising a boy. The woman can't really show the boy how to be a man because they need a dad around. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's just like it got lost. Where we're at nowadays, nobody like really taking marriage seriously. Nobody's really getting together for real reasons. It's never for like it's not really genuine anymore. It's always I'm getting this relationship because it benefits me. To this person got money, I can get this person's lifestyle. Get this person's lifestyle out of being with them versus like I really love this person and not do anything for them. And when you get married, it's supposed to be like through death. You know what I'm saying? It's like if my significant other gets cancer, I'm supposed to still ride with them. And you see, like nowadays, people would like something go wrong, the person lose their job, they get sick, they be out the door, nigga. It's like it's scary, bro. Like damn.
It's
for real.
It's a lot that's changed most definitely. But we gotta start, I don't know, somehow, some way, get back to valuing, those type of things, those, family and structure and it's really the core of society. You know what I'm saying? Strong families. You know what I mean? And just being stronger men too. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man should be an asset to his family, you know what I mean? An asset to his neighborhood, to his community. And to the real boss, beyond that, you know what I mean?
And I feel like if you have a good woman, that can push you to be further too. You've really got somebody that really got your back and motivating you. And that's
she's your support.
She's your support. When you're doing bad, you feel like you can't do it. She's supposed to support you. Like you got this. Let's get it. What can I do to help? You know what I'm saying? That's how a relationship's supposed to be. And we got lost. I feel like we get lost in that nowadays.
She gotta be a good helpmate. You know what I mean?
For real. I just think a lot of people lost values just from what they seen on TV and like Instagram and shit like that. Like even from like I even noticed like a lot of women, for instance, like say people don't like themselves anymore. You look on Instagram, they feel like they gotta have this car, they gotta have this body, or they don't want nobody like say. I know a lot of women getting BBLs, getting their body done. Like people are not even seeing their beauty no more because they're watching all this stuff online so much that they're feeling like that's what they need to be like. But you're good how you are sometimes. Not everybody need to do that. You don't need to feel like fun. And then also I think
self-love issues.
A lot of people got self-love issues. Also, I think a lot of people
identity crisis too.
That's one. And then also I just think a lot of people don't. People see social media and they're seeing like say. You're seeing all the good. People not posting the bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think a lot of people got bad shit going on too, but they're posting all the good, and people get lost in that fantasy of thinking that like somebody's lifestyle is really like that, but we don't really be like that behind closed doors.
Because nobody wants to be, a lot of people, the ego and their pride be in the way, and they don't want you to see the fucked up version of them. You know what I mean? Or them going through hardships. But everybody knows, realistically that. Life ain't all peaches and cream, there's ups and downs, there's highs and lows, and
I know firsthand myself, bro. I've been going through it lately myself, and just trying to get back focused on my goals, and staying on point, and just pushing myself further. So I just feel like everybody has ups and downs, but I feel like when you work hard, you get to where you want to go. I feel like it feels so much better when you finally get there because you worked to get there. You know what I'm saying? You know what you had to go through to get there.
Well, success will never. It ain't always what it looks like. To some people on the outside looking in, it may look like overnight success, but that person is sacrificing. That person's putting in hard work. That person's dedicated to whatever their.
They need to show that shit more because I feel like. That's what's real. Like, say if you're a person, you're watching somebody with a YouTube and you just seen them from the ground up go through the bad and get to where they're at, and if you're going through that too, that'll motivate you. Like, damn, I see what he went through. I was going through that too. Now I feel like I can get there. Versus like we just showing this perfect and people thinking it just happened overnight. It don't happen like that. You got to grind. You got to work for it. You're gonna have mistakes. You're gonna have obstacles, and that's what's gonna make you succeed in life. Is not giving up. You know what I'm saying? And just staying focused on your goal. And I just think we need more of that. Online, we need more people showing like their failures and what they went through, and then when they finally get to success, we seen the whole road there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that'll motivate a lot more people. Like, damn, I'm going through this right now. People that feel like they can't do that, if we see other people fail and stuff like that and they're showing that, and then when they do get to success, it just makes that story even more better for somebody that feeling like they can't do it themselves.
Yeah, you do see it on like sometimes like people's like workout goals.
I like that's what I'm saying. That's realistic to me, but
but you don't really see it like as far as like people's financial success.
Yeah, when they did the show that I like when somebody tell their story like you rich and you got a bent. Like matter of fact, I seen something at my boy Rod's house not too long ago. He was showing this dude that he got a bunch of Toro is right. We rent the cars and shit.
Yeah.
This dude was talking about how he was showing how he got one car and now he got like 12 cars. He makes a bunch of money and shit. Mm-hmm. He was just showing what he did from the ground up and buying the cars and stuff. I liked his story. I forgot the dude's name. I wish I could know it so I can put it in here, but he was just breaking it down. It took him like a couple years or whatever. And he just kept getting another car. And then before you know it, he was Toroing cars out to celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Where he got Lambos and all these cars. They were his cars now, but he was showing from the ground up what he did to get there. And I just like that story a lot more versus like say if he didn't show that beginning part and then just showed the cars. And like, I got these cars from Toro. We were like, what did you do to get there?
Yeah, you see step-by-step process.
And I hate that because the only time somebody ever kept it 100 with me, I don't know if you was with me, I was going to no, you weren't with me that time. I was going to AZ, and I think me and Derek was going to AZ one time. I met this dude on a plane, white dude, hella cool. I'm sitting next to him. He just started conversating with me. We're like, oh, what do you do? Don't tell him what I'm doing. And he gave me the realest game ever. He doing Airbnbs. He had like an Airbnb out in AZ or whatever. Mm-hmm. And a couple houses out there. He stayed in Seattle where he was at. He's on the same flight. And he was just telling me like him and his wife had invested some Airbnbs out in AZ. And he was telling me step by step what he did. And he was like, he started around my age. He said now all he do is travel and all his wife do is travel, check on the Airbnbs. They just travel and enjoy life now. And he was just telling me like, you need to start now. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me the first one ever. Some people be like, not to say this is kind of like, I hate when people are like, not to say this had nothing to do with people like, oh, I just put God first and stuff like that. Not saying you didn't. But I was like, that's not telling me what you know what I'm saying?
The process.
You're not telling me the process. I hate when people say that. Mm-hmm. Not saying that you didn't, like nothing wrong with that. You probably did, but at the same time, I hate when people say that because it's like you're not giving me no game. You're just telling me you put God first. Okay, you got to wait. You could put God first, but you still got to put work behind it. Mm-hmm. God ain't just gonna give you nothing if you ain't work for it. You know what I'm saying?
There's always
He gonna help you.
Steps to manifest.
There's always steps to get there. So I just feel like when somebody breaks down or give me some game of like, this is what you should go do. Start here, and this can get you where you want to go. Mm-hmm. So I just think we need more videos of people showing that or showing the struggle or giving people game because there's enough money out here for everybody to eat. I think a lot of things why people are not getting where they need to go, it's really people that don't got the information.
That's all it is.
Yeah, really people don't got the information. That's what it really is.
Especially when you study the rich and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they're smarter than you. It's not that they're better than you.
They pass that down to they and keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
It's really information. It's not just information and knowledge, but it's also taking actions and taking risks. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have calculated risks, not just any risk, but finding opportunities and taking calculated risks. As far and it could be with anything, investments and real estate, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, precious metals, whatever. But there's always steps.
I know you still got like you still got your metals and golds and shit. I remember you was investing a lot of shit. You put me on game with that.
Investments is important, but there's always steps to success, to manifesting positive results in your life, and it's never just I prayed and it just fell in my lap.
And then a lot of people be doing it, be like, they didn't want to tell you the game.
I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Basically,
you down because you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't never put God first or something like
that. The app world,
anointed and you ain't.
Obviously, like what?
It's never that.
It's never that.
It's like there's steps in everything. You know what I mean? But information is always one thing. It's not that he's had access to information in a certain market or whatever that you just not privy to. But like the Bible says, my people are dying for their lack of knowledge. Get knowledge, but most importantly, get understanding. You know what I mean? So that's something very serious. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not because we don't lack because of, and sometimes it is mindset too. You know what I'm saying? You have a lack mindset, but we don't have not because of we just ain't blessed. We don't have just because.
Knowledge, bro.
We lack the knowledge. We lack the actions. We lack taking the calculated risks and searching for the right opportunities at the right time too. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. You know, timing.
This is smooth, by the way. Otherwise, I didn't cut you off. But
oh, you good?
This
Yeah.
is smooth. Fuck with it.
Yeah, success is never what it looks like. You know what I mean?
So
especially when you're looking on social media.
Yeah. Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. So, if somebody's trying to get some information, what do you think the proper steps they should take? Where they should start at? Do you think you have like a? Because I know you for yourself, you got your own investments and business and shit going on. So I'm saying for somebody that doesn't know something, they're really trying to look into something. What do you think the first proper steps they should take to get the information they need to know? What do you think you should probably do?
Well, I'm big on like studying the rich and what they do, but most people that are like very successful, they've made it through business or through investing. And what I would say is pay yourself first. So if you have a job, you know, pretty much like pay 70% of, you use like 70%, like there's like 70-30, I think it's called, 50-30-20 rule.
So is that like something like you get a check and you spend like I'm gonna put this for my bills, this for this, this for this.
Yeah, and a certain percentage will go to, like say like you'll go through 30 to bills, 30 to live on, 50 to bills, 30 to live on, and 20 for like investments in your business or investments in stocks or whatever, you know what I mean, or whatever. But I would say find 10 different areas of interest and place your bets, whether it's in, you know, collectibles, whether it's in precious metals, cryptocurrency, stocks, whether it's in money you set aside to buy your first income property, whether it's a duplex or whatever. So you can buy a duplex. There's a difference between good debt. You got to know the difference between good debt and bad debt too. It's financial literacy is everything, but you can buy, say you wanted to buy your first home or whatever. Try to see if you can get a duplex or something and live on one side, rent out the other side, and they're paying for your mortgage pretty much. So that's an example of you taking out a loan, but it's good debt. So where it's like you're not paying for, you know what I'm saying, the place they are. But you know what I'm saying. But and then when it's all paid off, you have some extra change to pay it off quicker. Then that's all profit. You know what I'm saying. But there's ways that but you can make good investments. You know,
so let me ask you this: cause I know in this time right now they're saying it's like not a good time to buy a house and stuff in a market like that. What do you think? There's always there's dips and stuff, right? So you should probably wait for a dip, or how does that work?
Like I said, timing and everything too. But there's, like I said, when I said find 10 different areas of interest, there's a ton of different markets. It doesn't have to be just real estate. There's always a bull run somewhere. I mean, it's like when this market is down, the money's always going somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta find where the money's going.
You just gotta find where the money's going. You know what I'm saying? You gotta follow the money, follow what the rich are doing, and like I said, make calculated risks. You know what I'm saying? And then you can build strong portfolios for yourself, and you can. It's not gonna happen overnight, but you can slowly be able to change, build wealth, and change your financial future. You know, for yourself and for your family. But like I said, there's tons of different markets that you can invest into. You just gotta find which, you know what I'm saying, when to get in and when to get out. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy low, sell high, but just try 10 different markets, areas of interest, and you know, place your best there, and then double down on what's working. You know, so not all of them going here, but start, you know, building portfolios. And
yeah, because I need multiple streams of income. Like I was thinking about that.
That's what it's about, because you can't just have your
goal,
job. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like my goal right now is really like get a couple of Airbnbs, buy another car, toro it out, get this YouTube shit going, then sell some merch, also doing music on the side. If I can get all of them going and have money coming from all of them eventually, you know what I'm saying, I think that would be like, you know, my ideal goal in the next couple of years is to get all of them going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like a lot of people don't know how to set goals for themselves, and they don't write them down.
That's why I've been writing down my shit for a lot. Like,
another thing too, like that's not just speaking it into existence, but you know, everything comes from a thought. You know what I'm saying? You think it, a man is what he thinketh. So if you think it, and then you speak it, and you write it down, you got a vision for it. You take action towards it. And you put in that work consistently, it'll manifest and it'll start to grow. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to bear fruit. But there's necessary steps in order to manifest those positive results into your life. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a lot of people think it, and a lot of people, but they don't take the necessary steps to taking the action. They don't write them down. They'll think about it, but oh, I should do this. They don't write down their goals. You know what I'm saying? And then it slips their mind. They go about their day, and they never really have a true vision for themselves where they get up every day and they're moving with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Towards those goals and accomplishing those steps in order to live out their dreams. You know what I'm saying? But there is a process to everything. You know what I mean?
100%.
And a lot of people just don't get up every day and have a vision, have a purpose, have goals. And start there. You know what I mean?
The main thing I think really is having consistency. I think we get
that's always with everything. You know, and there's gonna be pain. If I want that 6-pack, then I gotta consistently get up every day, eat right. I gotta have the right mindset. I gotta put in that work, hit them. You know what I'm saying? Hit them crunches, hit that iron or whatever. You know what I mean? But there's steps in order to get those results. It didn't just happen overnight. You feel me? So it's like that with everything.
Let me ask you this too, because I want to get back in shape. I haven't been having energy like that. I know you take like certain supplements and little things like that. Where's some good supplements to take to have energy? You know, get back in the gym and really like
I'm not
get back to it.
Super big in the gym, but I mean like I work out. You know, a few. Try to get like.
I know you got some stuff for like that get energy. Like what anything like good things to take to help like.
Yeah, I'm natural. I do natural stuff, but I take sea moss. You know, I take natural supplements, you know, black seed oil, all kinds of different things that are just natural that are gonna help my body, you know, flush out toxins, help my body have better blood flow. There's I don't want to promote anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
I like to take you know, natural superfoods and stuff like that are gonna benefit my body. And try to, you know.
Because now we getting older and shit. So I'm just thinking about ways what I can do to help, you know, keep my body going. Because the older we get, you know, you're more risky at, you know, things that our you know, older family members might have had, like diabetes and high blood pressure and shit like that, which I'm trying to stay away from, obviously. But, you know, I have a bad eating habit. So I'm just trying to think of what proper steps I need to change right now to get me to be good, you know what I'm saying, as long as I can.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about, like, the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like, with all these YouTube channels and everybody out there having certain things that they specialize in, whether it's food and health and all that stuff like that, you got all the tools to do the right research. But a lot of times, you know, we waste hours, people watching, you know, social media, people just entertaining you, but you're not getting any substance from it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is just like, you know, if you want to change your life, there's tons of people out there that'll show you how to do the exercise, that'll show you how to eat right, that'll show you how to make better, you know, show you how to meditate, you know, show you how to do stretching, do yoga. And there's, you know, can't make excuses because, you know what I'm saying, we have all the access ability to be great, you know what I'm saying? But
do you Google a lot of shit or you be watching stuff on YouTube?
I'm big on YouTube. I read a lot too, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like, what books you got? What books you reading right now?
Oh, tons of books, man. I can't even, like...
I know you always been big on reading, Jay. Honestly, you got me on reading. I went and got a couple books because of your ass, man. People on it.
I'm always buying financial books, spiritual books.
Like, matter of fact, the last book that put me on was that Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's a lot of books. That's a good one if you want to just kind of learn more about, you know, shift your perspective on how you think about finances. That's a good one. Richest Man of Babylon. That's a good one. There's a ton of Robert Kiyosaki books are really good. He has a whole catalog of great books, you know what I'm saying? There's Fast Lane Millionaire. There's tons of different books that, you know what I'm saying, that you can, not just on finances, but, you know, if you want to learn how to, you know, meditate, or you want to learn how to, there's tons of books out there. I'm interested in all types of different topics, not just finances, not just, you know, spirituality, not just, you know, history, not just, you know, but anywhere I can find good content that, you know, things that can shift my perspective and my ideas and the way I think about things, the way I could try to be the best version of myself, you know what I'm saying? But that's just, I'm always growing. Everything's changing in this world, as much as motherfuckers like to act like,
it's changing.
Oh, I ain't changed, I ain't switch up. Everything's changing in this world. You know, see, the seasons change. You know what I'm saying? We getting older. Everybody's changing. You know what I'm saying? The music's changing. Everything's changing around you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, are you changing for the better or are you changing for the worse? And it's a part of it. You know, it's you just being aware and just really being tapped in on all levels. You know what I'm saying? As you raising your frequency and your vibration, you trying to be the best version of yourself. You trying to really win out here. You know what I'm saying? Or is you gonna fall victim to all the bullshit that's going out here? So you just gotta be aware.
And it's super easy to fall victim to a lot of shit.
To a lot of that shit. You can be tempted by social media, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can be on Facebook and waste hours fucking looking at bullshit. You feel me? Like, damn, where did the time go? So is you buying into that bullshit? What are you buying into at the end of the day?
Yeah, I was thinking about even just delete, like, if I wasn't doing this YouTube shit and getting this shit pop, I'd probably delete my shit, clear my mind a little bit. I feel like I'm more focused when I ain't got that shit. Because like you said, I think even myself, you can get caught up in looking on that shit, just be bullshit looking. I'm like, what am I doing, bro? I could have did this or did that. You know what I'm saying?
You utilize that time better.
We got to, because like you said, like we got to think about there's rich people and stuff. They had the same 24-hour days as us, and they got to where they got to. And you got to think they didn't waste the time doing the bullshit that a lot of people be doing.
Yeah,
they took that time,
because their time is valuable.
Their time is valuable, and now look where they're at now. That should have paid off for you if you would have took the same time. The same 5 years they took or whatever 10 years they took, you'd be where they're at. But a lot of people don't have that mindset or that strength to even, put the kicking it and all that bullshit to the side to really get to where you need to be.
A lot of times when you're running a business, you have to you have to value your time. You have to get up and move with a purpose because you usually have employees, and you usually have to run a successful business. You are pretty much, if the business doesn't succeed, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of people's lives who are dependent on you being successful, running the business the right way. So,
that's facts.
You can't just be out here fucking around, not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You got,
100%.
It's just like, for a married man, you know what I'm saying, he has a family to support. He can't just get up and be out here fucking around, you know what I'm saying. He got children, a wife, and other people that are dependent on him. He has to move with leadership, mindset, you know what I mean? And it's like that for it's more than that for men who are businessmen, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of lives that are dependent on them, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, so you can't just be out here fucking off all your time, And sometimes, when they're really bossing, they outsource tasks and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean?
How do you feel about this in relationships? I learned about this too a lot. I feel like a lot of times that we're at now, it's like a lot of women's not following their man's lead. Do you feel like that can corrupt the relationship or not get them where they need to go? Or is that a big deal in a relationship?
Yeah, it's a big deal in a relationship. It's a big deal in business. It's a big deal in any team setting. There has to be a leader. You look at wolves and shit. There's a pack leader. You know what I'm saying? There's always has to be structure. And if there's a woman or a teammate or anybody or a man, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to single anybody out, but if who's chaotic and doesn't and wants to ruin the structure of the roles within the dynamic of the team, then they're working against your goals. You get what I'm saying?
And you're not gonna get nowhere if you're not gonna get
nowhere.
There has to be on the treadmill, baby.
There has to be structure in everything in life. You know what I mean?
100%.
The engine's not trying to do what the transmission's trying to do in the car. It has its role and its purpose.
Everything got its role. Y'all hear that? Everybody got its role. You gotta let people play their role and do it right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be whether they're committed to your vision or not. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's
really what it is in dynamics of a relationship? She has to respect you first. As I said, respect is so.
Is that a big? Do you think that's a big deal? As if you picking a woman, like saying you got to have somebody that's gonna be down to let you play your role, or you feel like it's not.
If she respects you, she's gonna let you play your role. You know what I mean? And because nobody follows somebody that they don't trust their leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't trust you to drive a car, then I'm not gonna let you drive it. You feel me? Like, no,
you ain't taking me on the road, nigga.
You're gonna get us killed. You know you're not in condition to drive today, really. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't need you swerving. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that with anything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, people have to trust your leadership. They have to trust you guiding them in the right direction. It's the same thing with the franchise in any sports, right? They gotta trust a star player that's gonna take them to a championship.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for
teamwork make the dream work. I remember a long time ago we was talking about something. Remember we was talking about buying some land and we was talking about I feel like a lot of black people need to do this more. It's like
we work against each other, we work with each other.
It's a horrible thing because I feel like you might have 5 friends and we all put our money together, we can go buy a building and buy certain things, but we don't do that enough as first like other communities do that. Like you notice, like if I go in a corner store, You see a bunch of Asians in corner stores. They work together. I got the store out here. They fly their people out here. They got them a store over here and over there. But if you notice, a lot of black people ain't got that.
Everybody wants to be the boss.
And that's what
everybody wants to be a leader. And it's like Jay-Z once said in one of his interviews, he was like, 100% of nothing is nothing. You know what I'm saying? But if you own 1% of Apple, or you know what I'm saying, it doesn't sound like much, but it's $1 trillion company. You know what I'm saying? Or, so it's like 1% is a whole lot of money. When the company's worth trillions. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not you having to have complete ownership and complete control of something. Sometimes a fraction of something can be a lot if it's a if it's a strong business, a strong company, and you own a good amount of shares or whatever. Then you have a seat on the board. Then you have a voice. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I think people got to understand that in smaller dynamics or smaller relationships. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to be
the boss.
You know what I'm saying? And it goes in so many.
You can still eat good, being to be a teammate.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, you can still get wins without you having to exert your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like and be in control of everything. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the situation. It depends on whether it's a personal relationship or whether it's a business partnership or whether it's you just owning shares in a company or whatever it may be, but you don't always have to have full control of everything. And sometimes that's, some people have a complex, you know what I'm saying, control issues and stuff like that, to where they feel like they got to be in power.
Yeah, you can't win with somebody like that, bro.
And, it just depends on, but there is no success, at the highest levels of success. You ask the most richest people in the world, they'll say, I have a great team around me.
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? It's never just I. You know what I'm saying?
I had a team. I had a strong team.
I have a strong team around me, and it allows me
working together is a big thing.
To be, where I'm at today. You know what I mean? I think
we had a vision.
We got to have that mindset too. That, you know what I'm saying, we can work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
And get great results rather than think that I gotta be the man all by myself. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be the bitch all by myself. And a lot of times, we get so much further if we actually put our resources together. We actually work together. We actually build together, and respect each other's roles. Respect each other's what we're capable of. You know what I mean? It's so many different dynamics, but.
So let me ask you this too. If you were to be where you want to be in life, what would you be doing right now? Like, what is your final destination? Do you have like a goal that you're trying to reach? Are you trying to move anywhere? Is there like a business?
I have things I want to accomplish, but I would say a final destination, because I'm just a progressive type of person.
You want to keep going?
Yeah. And the thing about it is, it's like it's just the journey of life. You know what I'm saying? I've been learning to be more in the moment. I'm learning to be more present. And the thing about it is just accepting where you're at, loving where you're at in the very moment. You know what I'm saying? And then, but I have my goals, I have my dreams, I have a vision for myself, and I get up every day and move with a purpose. But it's never, this is my end destination, and after that it's done. Because
I like that.
Progressive people, they have goals, and then they say, this is the next goal. Okay, I got that accomplished.
What's next?
What can I do more?
You always want to have what's next.
There's always something more to do. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, like you have like lawn work or something, you know what I'm saying? Like you think you've got it finished, and there's always something else around the house or something more you can do to make something better. And it's just like, I don't think there's ever in life, I think that end destination is when, God calls you and say, your work here is done. But, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you definitely want to do all that you can do, spread your light to the world, and try to impact people as much as you can in this life. You know what I mean? And I recently had a family member that passed. God bless her soul.
Sorry to hear that.
And but one thing about funerals you always see is how many people that person impacted in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Deep. That's deep.
And that's always something that's always been where you just say, man, you know what I mean? You say to yourself, like, man, this person, helped raise all these people, had a positive impact on all these people, and touched all these people in a certain way. You know what I mean? And I think that's a lot what, of what we all do in life. You know what I'm saying? We just want to. In the midst of you doing everything that you can do and accomplish your own personal goals, is what type of impact, how you adding value to your family, how you adding value to your community, to your neighborhood, to society, and how you impacting people at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I think about that a lot now that I'm older, because I feel like, watching family members get older and people passing and stuff, we tend to forget as people that this is going to end eventually. So it's about what you're doing right now. What are you going to do with your life right now? What impact are you going to leave when you leave? What's your name going to be when you leave? And I thought about that a lot recently, more like, damn, I want to make sure when I leave that I left a good impact on, like, legacy. My friendships with people. I always want to make sure I do, like, just getting older, I feel like I always want to make sure anybody I come across, I did right. I want to at least do right on my part. I didn't fuck nobody over. I did my part as a friend, brother, uncle, anything I can do better to myself. And it took me time to grow on that, because, I had my own flaws and stuff I went through, but I just feel
we all do, but it comes with growth, you know what I mean? Like you mature, you know what I mean?
Mature,
and you start moving with more integrity, and you understand that when you putting your energy out there, there's always whether it be positive or negative, there's
I'm more glad that I'm still glad I got a lot of my friendships. That's a big thing to me, because I feel like, as I got older, I always want to make sure I did right by people that did right by me. You always did right by me. Anybody who did right by me, I had to make sure, if I felt like I was in the wrong in any situations, I did right in that situation. I always want to be, when I leave that situation, that nobody just thinks of me in a bad way. I always feel like, damn, I want to make sure that Beamin was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I always want to make sure that that's what I leave as a legacy, versus, like, I don't want to have cross none of my friends or anybody for some temporary shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, and that's just part of moving with integrity. You know what I'm saying? No, you at the end of the day, you don't do nothing to nobody that you don't want done to you, and it's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? And you won't have nothing bad come back onto you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's facts.
It's just do right by others at the end of the day. Do right by yourself. That too, because you loving yourself, then you project that out to the world. But when you doing yourself wrong, say your body wrong, treating your vessel wrong, and you vibrating low, you gonna start doing low vibrational shit. You know what I'm saying? And with that comes a bunch of bullshit. But
I think that I think the blessing about life is, though, like, say everything you're going through, right? You can break it down to your kids so they don't have to make the same mistakes, and they can cut the time shorter, or whatever you're trying to, like, say you got a goal you're trying to reach. When you reach it, you can be able to teach your son that, so he can reach it in less time, because you got all that, you got all the knowledge that you need to get, that you can pass down to them, that you might have had to look for, but they're getting it from you.
Yeah, I mean,
right there, and now they can get it in a faster time versus having to go through everything you went through. Because I think, for, like, sometimes as our parents, like, even like my parents and stuff, I felt like I don't get mad at them for things that happen. I'm more like, they didn't have the knowledge of what was going on. So sometimes
teach you what they know.
They can teach you what they know. Yeah. So, like, I think some people grow up like, damn, my mom didn't teach me this. I wish they might look at some other kids like their parents taught them this, but your parents only can teach you what they know. So what you find out, or what you look up, is going to help your kids, because you can help them cut that time, even half the time that you got to learn it, because you have all the knowledge now, and I can pass it on to them, and hopefully they can pass it on to their kids and keep it going, where they don't have to be in the same struggle you went through, or the obstacles you had to go through.
Well, sometimes you would think that there's some people that that are very successful, and their kids just fall down the wrong path.
That's true. That's true.
The thing about it is that you would hope they would learn some of your lessons. You would hope that they would listen to you and stop, not create a life of hardship for themselves. But the thing about it is you do your best as a parent to just guide them in the way that they should go, and at the end of the day, that they're just gonna make their own decisions and their own choices. But you just gotta be loving and supportive, and hopefully they make the right ones. And they're gonna learn their own lessons when they go through the motions of life. You know what I'm saying? There's certain, like I said, sometimes you don't really fully understand things until you actually go through those motions of life and have your own experiences. Like, there was things my father always told me, but I didn't really fully comprehend until
at the
I
time,
started,
probably, huh?
Yeah, until I started. I was a husband, I was a father. I raised my own kids. I bought my own first house. I been through a divorce. There's a lot of different things that you really don't fully comprehend until you go through some of the emotions of life. And I'm still young, and so I gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge at a young age, just going through a lot of different emotions of life. You know, just having my own business. You know, learning about leadership, all kind of different things. You know, when you start to go through some of those emotions in life, you kind of gain your own wisdom, your own knowledge, and you can pass it down. But it's not necessarily that everybody's gonna learn from it. You know what I mean? You can tell people, but sometimes I got to go through their own emotions to figure it out. You know, but hopefully you can save them some time along the way and some unnecessary them exert their energy along the way. You know, but you just want to be a positive example at the end of the day, not just for for yourself, but if you're as a father, I want to set a positive example for my kids and my nephews and my nieces and all those that look up to me and that depend on me, and for friends and family and for everybody else that I get the opportunity to meet and shed a positive. Hopefully, I'm a positive influence for them. And, when I build friendships and stuff like that, but or even if it's just a quick interaction, hopefully whether it's just a smile, or open up a door for somebody. I always try to do things that to add value wherever I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And just be a positive light wherever I'm at. But at the end of the day,
let me ask you this then: if you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell him?
I've thought about that before, honestly. I would tell myself at a younger age, maybe my 20s, I would tell myself be more patient. But
why be more patient?
I wouldn't with everything that I'll when you're young, you're running fast, man. When you're young, you're running fast.
We was doing way too much.
You're definitely running fast.
Me and Steph was doing way too much. I ain't gonna tell you what, but we was doing way too much.
When you're young, you're running fast, and sometimes you gotta pump your brakes and be more patient with
I like that.
the decisions and the things that you do.
I like that.
So I would definitely tell myself that. But I don't regret
anything that happened or
anything because it's a learning process, and I wouldn't have got the wisdom, the knowledge of me going through those things.
Is there anything you would have did different back then? Like, say, if you could go back to being 20 again, what would you? Is there anything that you would have did different? Like, as far as like maybe going to the army,
knowing what I know now,
knowing what you know now.
I definitely would have made better financial choices. I probably got into financial literacy earlier than what I did, and I definitely I probably would have made smarter financial choices. But everything else that's happened in my life, I value those lessons. And the thing about it is that
it makes you who you was today.
It makes me who I am today. And not only that, it helps me to when I interact with other people that are younger than me or going through some of the emotions that I've already been through. I can encourage them.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of game. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of shit you went through gave me a lot of game. Go through things I was going through.
Yeah, because iron sharpens iron, man. One sharpens another.
That helped me a lot.
And sometimes we can learn from each other. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing I think you taught me when I was in a dark place was you gotta take accountability for your own. Cause I was in that place where I was like going through a situation. I'm not gonna get into it. Where I was blaming everybody else. But I never had nobody come to me and tell me like, hey bro, you gotta take accountability for what you did. For you know what I'm saying, for you letting what happened happen. And I never had that aspect. And I thought about it for a whole day, bro. I thought about this shit for a whole day. And I was like, damn, this nigga right.
Yeah, we allow things to happen.
Yeah, we allow things to happen. Well, I could have stopped the shit, but it was like, I never thought about it. I was so mad in the situation was going on that nobody told me that. Yeah, I was saying my frustration to everybody else, and nobody never told me that. You sat me down. And your friends is really your friends, and they're going to tell you some shit you don't want to hear.
Yeah, because I told you out of love.
You told me out of love, and I knew that because you always told me something out of love.
Through some of the hardships that I've been through, so it's I'm not going.
You would try to step me wrong.
Be to see you go through something that I've already been through, and me not.
That was the most priceless thing you ever told me, bro. That shit was priceless, bro. Because I was like, I didn't when you first said it.
It's just sharing my perspective. That's why
I didn't get it when you first said it. I'm gonna give it a buck. I didn't get it at first. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Then I thought about it. I was like, "This nigga right, bro." I never thought about it. I was so mad at the world at the time. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I was on edge, and you was like, bro, you said the real thing. Like, nigga, you might not want to hear this, but you gotta take accountability for you. What you did, bro, you let that shit happen. You couldn't stop it. That shit. And I was like, you right. You gotta take accountability.
Especially when you're a man, accountability is everything.
Yeah,
because
bro. That changed my life.
We leaders, man. And
That
all
changed my life.
that too.
Mm-hmm.
Never, as a man, you know, have a victim mentality. You know what I'm saying? So
that's facts.
You have to take accountability.
That changed my mindset.
What you allow to happen in your life.
That changed my mind,
what you allow
bro.
to happen to you, because there's always red flags. There's always moments when you reflect that, you know, there could have been pivotal moments that you could have changed the situation. So, you know, as a man, you just gotta be accountable, and you gotta learn from your learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't learn, you're just gonna continue going through the next
I feel like
karmic situation with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or you may repeat the situation.
If you didn't tell me that, bro, I would have did the same thing again, bro. Because, like I said, I didn't get to think of it from that aspect and really take it in and think about it. And that changed everything.
Because we don't learn from the lesson.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't learn from it. I was so mad, like, pushing somebody else. It was like, bro, you got to learn from the lesson. You got to, you know what I'm saying, accountability. You got to pay attention. So, that aspect.
And we all had those moments where you know
I needed that, bro. That was like,
we
I appreciate you for that real shit, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for that one, bro.
But, you
that
know,
was real
it's
shit.
part of, you know, but like I said, when you love yourself, you know what I'm saying, you don't settle for less, and you know what I'm saying, you don't allow, you can be a light to other people, you know what I'm saying, when you go through your own things.
You know, the hardest thing I think about being a friend is sometimes telling somebody something they don't want to hear.
Well, that's the reason why I'm not a lot of people do that. Because I'll be too honest, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with him. This motherfucker always got the answers to everything. He always gonna tell me the truth. I just like that, though. I just like, you know.
That's a beautiful thing, because I feel like somebody telling you that type of shit is really your friend.
But
they're not going to tell you what they want to hear. They're going to tell you the truth. Like, nigga, look. They're going to tell you where you fucked up at. Yeah. Fuck all that, like, you right and all that yes man shit. They're going to tell you where you fucked up, where you got to dig deep in your soul and analyze yourself. So I respect, I'm not a person that, like, I'm not going to be, oh, you tripping, nah, fuck that. I don't really think, like, I think, you know, we talk about this all the time, us being air signs. I'm a person thinking about, when you tell me something, even if I don't understand it, I'm not thinking about what I want to say back to you. I'm trying to analyze what the fuck you said. What the fuck you said? Let me look into it before I answer. And I think a lot of conversation when I have, that's why I like having conversations with people, because I know people, they're not thinking about what the fuck I'm saying. They're thinking about what they want to say next to you. They're not interpreting nothing you're saying. They're like, well, no, nigga, think about what I said. Let me come back with an answer. You know what I'm saying?
Argumentative or combative.
Yeah, when I argue with you or some dumb shit, it's like, you never even really, if you don't understand what I'm saying, at least go take that and go do your research on it and then come back with an answer and then have evaluation. Mm-hmm. I'm big on that. So when you had a lot of conversations, I don't always understand shit you be saying, but I sit on it, I'll think about it, and then you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, then I say my shit back on it versus like, I don't like having a conversation with people because when you do a conversation with something they might not be in tune on, they're going to just think about what the fuck they want to say back versus like, you know, I ain't never heard that. Let me see what the fuck you talking about. And then come back.
Answer
and they want to answer right then. Not everything every time somebody's giving you some communication or telling you something, you might not always have an answer for it right then. People think they smarter than they are. They're like, we not have the answer for it. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from anybody.
I learn from my kids all the time.
You can learn them from anybody. You know I've learned that as a person that so now once I hear something that I understand, I'm not gonna sit there. A lot of people want to act like they know everything. I don't know everything. So when somebody tell me something, I like to take that. Nobody got all the answers. Yeah. So I love when somebody tell me some shit that I ain't heard. I'm like, okay, let me sit on and see what the fuck you talking about. And then I'm like, oh, that shit hit different. When it hit you though, that shit hit different, bro. You be like,
sometimes you might say something and they'll never get it, but there's other times that they may get it and hopefully it helps them. You know,
it helps.
Think about it as like as a person that's telling you something out of love. Mm-hmm. You can be at the end of the day. You could be like, at least I said something.
Facts.
You know, sometimes people
take that the wrong way.
Sometimes silence could be worse than violence. You know what I'm saying? So
like, this nigga has his bag right there.
You can not say something at a pivotal time, and it caused more damage than you know, because you kept your mouth closed when you should have said something. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you just gotta say things out of love and just be like, hey, look, this is the harsh truth. Mm-hmm. You know, but I'm telling you because, you know what I'm saying, this is my perspective and this is what I'm noticing you're not seeing. You know what I mean?
That's why I like when, like, out of friends, if I have friends and they're going through hard time, if I say my piece to them, I know I did my part. Whatever you took out of that, is that you take out of it. You know what I'm saying? The harsh truth sometimes can hurt people. But
yeah, it's not always
It's not always something you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's something you got to think on. But I always think, like, being a friend, as long as I know I said my part or gave them my perspective on something, whether they take it or not, I could always leave a situation knowing that I did something versus not saying something. Like, I said my part, whatever you choose to do with it is what you choose to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad at the end. Like, if shit don't go wrong, you don't listen, that's on you. But I know I said something versus not saying something.
Yeah.
Because you always be like, damn, if I said something, maybe they might have did that. You know what I'm saying? But if I said my piece, if you choose to do it or if it changes your life, either way, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel good because I know I said my piece. Whatever you choose to do with it is on you.
Yeah, and one thing I've learned, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's a big one, bro.
Because you want people to receive what you're saying, and sometimes it can be, they can take it more on the defensive.
I was telling you that too, because I was feeling like, I think where your problem with some people is like you be going too deep. You'll go like over niggas' head. Where sometimes you gotta dumb shit down for people. Yeah. It might sound crazy, but it's the truth.
That's true.
Sometimes like where you're at mentally, sometimes I feel like with you forget where you're at mentally. Not dumbing nobody else down, but I'm saying you might forget where you're at mentally, and you're trying to break it down where you're at. Yeah, they're not where you're at. They're not interpreted like that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to dumb it down and give some people shit in doses versus give it to them all at once sometimes too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had a conversation when you was talking about like, you might be in a room and you talking and people thinking that they're taking it as like, oh, he cocky or he got an ego, but it's not that. It's just like you're just somewhere else mentally that they might not be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, I just like, people receive me different sometimes. And I'm just aware of it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes my light disturbs people, but I guess you would say, but sometimes
Have you ever held back because you felt like that was going to happen to?
What?
Have you held back when telling somebody something that you felt like it's going to go over their head? Like, I don't want to tell them.
No, I've never. No, I'm very honest. I like to be transparent with people. I like to be, I like to communicate, so I'm not misunderstood. But sometimes what I can say is that I may not have always been the best at wording things so that it's received well. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes you could say something that's very truthful, but it hurts somebody's ego or their pride. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even though it's honest, sometimes it's just not received that way because their ego and their pride in a way, and what you said truly hurt. You know what I mean? And sometimes I've had to learn that my tongue can be sharp and sometimes it's how you say things so that it can be received better. And I've had to mature and learn that. But when I was younger. But I spoke with a passion. You feel me? I said what the fuck was on my heart, and it'd be so truthful that it literally put people on the defensive to where
off top.
If they wanted to fight me, I was with it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it, man, it is what it is, man. But I mean, I'm not. I try to be more self-aware. You know what I mean? I guess you would say. But.
Do you have let me ask you this? Do you have any feel like missed opportunities in life? Like say you had the opportunity to do something that you feel like you missed out on. Do you have any of those like situations?
In my life, like personally, as far as like relationships and stuff like that, I would say no. But financially, I've definitely missed. There was like things that I knew about and didn't invest in when at the time where I was like, damn, I should have got into that. I would say that, but as far as like I think that everything happens in divine time. It happens and when it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever feel like I missed opportunities that what God has in store for me, He has in store for me. So I never feel like I just missed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm always pushing forward. I'm very, like I said, I'm progressive. But like there has been investment opportunities where you said, "Damn, I should have." And it literally ran up on your boy. You feel me?
You probably was thinking about it at first.
I knew about it, but it was hesitant or just didn't have enough information to where I felt
confident to do it.
Comfortable, calculated risk. You feel me? Like there was tons of things that I knew about that I should have got into earlier and just. I'm not gonna get into what exactly. Those as
You
far
get the
as,
picture.
Yeah, as far as investments, yes, most definitely.
Oh yeah.
But anything else in my life, nah.
What do you feel? So let me ask you this then. What do you feel the world's going to as far as like currency, money, things that you feel like where is like in your mindset right now? Where do you feel like to give somebody like advice? Like say, where do you feel like the world is where is the world heading in your mindset? Where you feel like do you need to be investing more, saving money, investing in properties? What do you feel like going towards where you're going now? What is your mindset as far as you feel like the world's going to, as far as like
the direction of where like the global
exactly global economy, where you should be putting your money, where you should be thinking about focusing on for the future? Because like you said, things is gonna change. It's gonna change.
Yeah, everything's changing.
And you gotta have you gotta kind of have a head start on things before you, because like, a lot of people feel like they wait and then shit is already crashing, but you had the signs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And if you're like if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, and you're aware of not just what's going on here, but if you pay attention to what's going on globally in the world, and you follow what the big money is doing, you can definitely see the direction that we're going. We're moving into a digital economy.
Yeah, I feel like ain't gonna be money. There's gonna be no money here soon.
You go to some places, the banks, they're not giving people their money. You go to some places and they say cards only, no cash.
Yeah, I would notice that a lot of.
And that's part of you being aware and say, okay, well, why is this happening? What direction are we going?
A lot of them cards, no cash. I should let you know, you're trying to keep money digital, so they can keep track of all the money transfers that's going on. They want to get their piece too. They want to know if you send this nigga $100. We want to know you sent this nigga $100. Right now, you can give somebody $100. They want their tax out of it. You get a nigga $100, you may give him $99 because they want their piece. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're trying to get to a point where all them transactions that's going on right now, they want to know who got this. Even like, Cash App, they changed that now. Well, Cash App, first it was like you can switch cash. They on it now.
Is it Venmo too?
I think Venmo.
I think it's like anything else for like $600, right?
Yeah, over $600. You gotta let them know. I think W-2s and shit. They want to know because they're gonna tax that. You send somebody $1,000, they want their little percentage. So we gotta be careful how we move. And I think money's depreciating right now. Money's appreciating. I think the next 10 years.
Yeah, they're running a printing press so much that it's causing inflation.
I think
it's devaluing the dollar, but there's also
I think in the next 10 years we ain't gonna have no money.
That's a possibility, but
I feel like that.
We can all speculate at the end of the day.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen for sure, but
I think when it comes to like, I'm not gonna throw no facts out there, and this ain't investment advice or nothing like that. But we can all make speculations, and we can all anticipate what's to come. But what I would just say is to be aware, do your own self research, do your own due diligence, pay attention to where big money's putting their money, and you'll definitely see the big picture of where we're going, the direction that we're going. As far as finances in the global economy and what they're trying to do. There's FedNow. A lot of people don't know about FedNow, but it's pretty much where everybody who's on assistance, or SSI, WIC, or welfare.
Go soon, ain't it?
Well, yeah, they'll just give everybody what they call UBI, and that's Universal Basic Income. So everybody will have to, you'll get a certain amount of money through the government, and they'll be able to. It's programmable money, so
they're tracking it.
Tell you how to spend it, or when and where you can spend it, and if you don't spend it within a certain amount of time, it'll leave the account. So if you got like 3 months to spend it, 60 to 90 days, and if you don't spend it, you lose it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things that we're transitioning into, and like I said, you got to do your own research and definitely pay attention to what's going on in this world. A lot of things are changing. A lot of people, like I said, I ain't change for nothing. I ain't gonna switch. Everything's changing in this world, and you just gotta, they say in the jungle, it's not the strongest that survive. Like they always say, it's only the strong survive. It's not the strongest that survive. It's not the smartest that survives, but it's the ones who can adapt. So if you can adapt to change, then you got the highest probability of being able to
survive this
survive.
shit. For
and,
real.
And to what's to come, and if you are aware and conscious, that's what a consciousness is. It's a complete awareness. You know what I'm saying? Your senses is when they heighten. But that's a whole nother discussion.
It's a whole nother one.
Just being aware of what's going on, around you, and being aware of the changes, and then saying to yourself, how can I set my family up to weather the changes? You know what I'm saying? So whether having food in your house, medical care, having little savings, having good investments, and just prepping yourself and your family for
they fucking with the food now too. You see they got the fucking they fucking with the chicken.
They've been doing all that stuff.
That shit is scary. I'm like,
those are other topics, other conversations, because you can go deep into those and go.
That's crazy, nigga. They talking about some of the restaurants, bro. Shit get crazy. About to get a motherfucking radiated chicken, nigga. I'm gonna come out with a computer, nigga.
That's why these kids are so big.
That's for real, nigga. I seen that they approved it. The crazy thing is the U.S. we approving a lot of shit that other fucking countries ain't approving it.
They ain't taking
it's forbidden. Like they want to be eating over there. We eating some bull. They don't give a fuck about us over there.
Every time I travel and I go to like another country, that food is 10 times better than our food.
Because it should be organic and from the earth versus like this fucking robotic food, chickens and shit.
Our food is gross compared to other countries.
It is.
Even if you just go up to Canada, like if you go to Vancouver, Canada, their food is way better than ours.
But this my thing is like people don't know that this shit's a big business, big
everything's
pharma,
money. Everything's money.
Everything's money. So
like I said, follow the money and you'll find the truth.
What they put in foods and stuff like that, the people think like cancer's just random, nigga. No, they put that shit in the foods for you to eat. You get it, and since they put the label on it, if you don't, a lot of people get food and don't read the motherfucking labels. They're allowed to sell it. You got to read the labels and see. If you look some of that shit up, you'd be surprised what the fuck that shit is. And I feel like a lot of people don't look it up and look at what they eat. Even myself, sometimes I do that. And a lot of it's a whole fucking domino effect. You eating this shit, you get sick, they give you these pills you gotta buy forever, and it's big pharma, they're making money. They're making money. That's how they make money, bro. So it's like, if you ain't on top of your shit and you ain't taking care of your body and know what you put inside your body, don't be surprised what you get. And a lot of people getting cancer and getting sick and getting high blood pressure and all these shits because we not paying attention to what we eating and stuff like that. And they're allowed to sell these things because they're putting it on the name of the products and people's not reading it. It's the truth, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to fight back and stuff like that,
but it's like
at the end of the day, man, it's like a show vessel.
You gotta take care of yourself.
You gotta take care of it, man.
You gotta take care of yourself. And I'm over here talking, but I'm eating bullshit. But it's like,
hopefully you mix some good with the bad.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna get back. It's about, what I'm saying. I'm just telling people you gotta exercise, drink water, make sure what you put. You know what you put in your body. Read them labels of what you're getting. You know what I'm thinking. If you know this is a big thing, this is a big thing too. You know you can't use no damn food stamp card, no motherfucking Whole Foods, right? You know why? Because they don't want you eating that shit. Hell no, they let you. They don't want you eating that shit. They gonna give you you can go to Winco or Safeway, all the bullshit with the food stamp card because you eating that bullshit. They gonna kill you.
Yeah, stuff that's good for you. But even if you're like around the hood, you know what I'm saying? There ain't really a Whole Food. There ain't
ain't right there. But I'm saying like
organic.
But why you think you can't use a food stamp card? Because they know the poor motherfuckers.
I didn't know they would do you like that.
You gotta pay.
I thought like they just put an amount of money on there.
No,
and like. However you spend it, but I mean, I don't know.
Nah, it don't work like that. You can't go to Whole Foods, y'all use a food stamp card, watch your ass get embarrassed. Try it. You can't. So why you think it costs so much to get a healthy meal over a fucked up meal? You know what I'm saying? Go buy you a salad and the good shit you need to go buy versus you go buy your motherfucking McDonald's burger. Yeah. You see the difference? They know it's gonna be. You're not gonna want to spend that. You know, people that ain't got money like they gonna go. I'm gonna go buy the cheeseburger versus go buy the salad and it's good. It's organic salad with organic dressing or whatever the case.
You gonna get the vitamins and nutrients.
You gonna get everything you need to keep you going. There's population control. There's all kind of things that's going on. And they're allowed to get away with these things because it's like they know people, they give us all the knowledge in front of our face, but they know people ain't reading that shit. People ain't paying attention to that shit. So I'll just say, pay attention to that. The older you get, you want to make sure you feed your kids that because, the more processed shit they ever to sell us and get away with, it's just hurting you at the end of the day. So just make sure you take care of yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. Health is wealth, man.
Health is wealth.
Point you out here hustling and trying to work this job and run this business and whatever else you got going on, trying to make all this money.
You ain't gonna
healthy.
if you ain't healthy, hey, shit, you ain't gonna get far.
You can't take none of it with you, so you know what I'm saying.
When he said, "Ask Steve Jobs, health don't buy wealth."
You gotta value life, man.
Wealth don't buy health.
That's one thing too. You know what I'm saying. We don't value life the way that we should.
We don't. You know what I'm saying? So, it's scary, bro.
You gotta start.
Not
just valuing life, but valuing each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
value your friendships, value your family. Go check on your mom. Go check on your people because they ain't gonna be around forever. And I think that we're at a place that these young kids and stuff nowadays, they on social media, they seeing stuff, they think this shit gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying? All this shit you do, you can cost you in the long run. Promise you. Yeah, you can cost you in the long run. That was real. But it was a good episode. It was a good conversation. I told you it was gonna just flow.
Man, like I said, man, anytime you want me to come through and come check in and vibe up with y'all.
No, we gotta do that. We're gonna have more topics. We really just freestyle this shit for y'all, but I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. Just know this is Beamin's Vibe Session. My brother Marcel here. He's gonna be on here a lot more. We're gonna talk about a lot more things. Make sure y'all tap into the channel. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram, Beamin Music. Make sure y'all follow my social media, Beamin Music. What's your Instagram name again?
Oh man, I'm not even on there.
I know you'll be on there, but what's your
I can't remember. I ain't been on there so
long. I think it was like Selly. I'm gonna find it, put his social media on there. He don't be on there like that. I'm gonna try to get him back on there because we got a lot of more work to do. Just know that. It's my brother Marcel. Just know that I'm Beamin. Make sure y'all follow all the platforms. Support.
Hit that like and
subscribe. I'm gonna put my cash up at the end. Just know we're gonna have a lot more topics to talk about. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll let you boy. You know what it is. Let's go.
God bless.